we just gonna get straight into it because it's a lot of nonsense going on so far.
What led him to say that when all you asked his assistant to do was to go get him because she's questioning why people in your trailer have the truth?
That's a good one, because what I said to him was, who do we need to talk to? This young lady can't be up in here like that. And that's when he became the head nigga in charge. And then I said, who are you the head nigga in charge of? We have Danny Glover on this set. We have a legend and an icon. Are you the head nigga in charge of him? Are you the head nigga in charge of Kimberly Elise? Are you the head nigga in charge of Gabrielle Union? Are you the head nigga in charge of JB Smooth? Who are you the head nigga in charge of? So he tried to laugh it and joke it. I said, I don't play that way, brother. I said, the food is bad. Like, what we doing here? The food was slop. So when they say they didn't have any food, the food we had, nobody ever ate that food because it was just like you can feed them anything. Now here's where it gets even better. Remember how Taraji said the trailers were infested?
Yes.
Our trailers blew up.
I ain't never heard about that.
They blew up. Now, whenever this airs, I'm gonna post the trailers blowing up so that people can see.
Right.
But they blew up. And if any of us were in those trailers, we would have been gone.
Right.
Yeah.
The trailers blew up. Now, when I was smelling the gas, we went to the brothers that was hooking up the trailers and we said, hey, we smell gas. They said, Mo, we let him know, talking about the head nigga in charge, we let him know. He just said, okay, and walked away. I said, he what? He just said, okay, and walked away. The trailers blew up. Did Will Packer reach out to anybody? I can't say he didn't reach out to me and say, hey, is everything okay? Did you lose anything is everything good? The only thing they wanted to know from me was, where was Aunt May's wigs?
Huh?
Where are those wigs? Nobody asked, not the studio, not Will Packer, not nobody.
Wow.
Said, are you good? Did you lose anything?
Right.
I said, the wigs blew up in the explosion.
Right.
So to understand what we have to deal with, and to understand most people are too afraid to say it out loud, that we are being mistreated. This is not right.
Right.
So if that means y'all won't want to play with me, I don't want to play with you either. Let's be clear. I don't want to play with somebody that don't care if I've blown up. What if we were in those trailers?
Right.
What do y'all say to my family?
Where the wigs
What do
at?
you say?
Where the wigs at?
With Precious, I owed no one anything.
Right.
With Almost Christmas, I owed you nothing. However, I did it because we had a relationship with a brother named David Tauber.
Right.
And we didn't want to send him through no drama, no nothing, so we went along with it. Other than that, Shannon Sharpe, there's no one that can say, that will sit in my face or my husband's face and say, we had a bad experience with you.
I read that you said this is a chapter of forgiveness. That's your thing, a chapter of forgiveness.
I didn't say that. That's what the guy at Hollywood Reporter said. Okay, don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I said. That's what his ass said.
Okay, what did you say?
Okay. That's what he said. Listen.
What would it take, Mo? Mo, what would it take for Mo Neat to forgive Oprah and Tyler Perry?
Apology.
Be accountable. And for
You want Tyler Perry to say what he said on that tape, you want him to say that publicly.
And it cost my family millions.
And you want to be compensated.
Yes, I want to be very clear about that. If someone cost you millions, do you want that back?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So I'm no different than you.
Right.
Especially when I've done nothing wrong.
Right.
Especially when you've admitted that you've lied.
Okay.
Especially when you've admitted that you started a rumor. Yes, you need to compensate me and my family.
For Oprah.
For Oprah Winfrey, you owe me an apology. See, Shannon, Oprah and I had a private conversation about our mothers. This is the part people don't know.
Right.
I shared with that woman what me and my mother were going through. Now, my mother's no longer here. Right?
Right.
And I shared with Oprah Winfrey what we were going through and how I felt. And I was, you trying to balance it out because it's your mother. And I shared that with you. And I shared with her my family and what the dynamic was. And you don't tell me you're going to have my goddamn parents. I was getting ready to say, goddamn, baby, it was right there. But you don't tell me you're going to have my mother and my father on your show.
Yeah. Weird.
And you think that that's just okay? And the way you try to apologize in front of a group of women, if you think I've done anything wrong,
address it.
No.
You're going to stop that.
Right.
I am very proud of what you've accomplished in your life.
Mm-hmm.
We respect everybody,
Right.
but we over-respect no one. And Oprah Winfrey walks around like, I can't be checked. I won't admit to that I'm wrong.
I'm a firm
Y'all need
believer
to talk to Oprah
at all. So when you keep saying, what is it? I'm going to keep answering you the same exact way.
Right.
So
Take
if you talk to your
accountability.
camera, I'm going to talk to my camera and see how they split the screen. And we're going to invite them at the same time. You talk to them first.
Tyler, Oprah, I would greatly appreciate it if you two guys would come on Club Shay Shay. We sit down.
They ain't coming.
Conversation.
They scared. They keep want to put this in the past. But what should happen anytime they do an interview, they need to bring up her name and say it loud and proud.
Not an interview. This is not hard hitting. I want you to tell your truth, Miss Oprah. Tyler, tell your truth, and we can get to the bottom of this because, hey, we got an icon here sitting on this couch, and she's hurting.
Oprah and Tyler, I want to say I appreciate my brother Shannon Sharpe for saying what he just said. And I want to clear something up. I'm not hurt personally. I'm hurt for our community.
Okay.
I'm hurt that y'all would allow yourselves to sit in something that you know that you've done wrong and not say anything. That helps us not. So Brother Shay Shay have said, y'all come on the sofa. Oprah, this liquor is good. Okay, and I understand you like cranberry and vodka. Okay, Roosevelt Cartwright told me you drink that you like. And you know, he told me some other things, but the drink that you like, come on Uncle Shay Shay. Let's have a conversation. Well, you took yours all the way down, and I cannot. Okay? Okay, I cannot do that.
You already did a good. You did a good
Thank
job.
you, sugar. Now, when we get ready to wrap up, I'm gonna give you an exclusive on something that don't nobody know.
Ooh.
Okay, don't nobody know this, and it's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something.
It's gonna be something.
You gotta drop it on the show.
I know it's traumatic.
Don't do it
You don't
private.
have to relive it. You don't have to. What you went through with your brother.
Yes.
When you going through that. Mm-hmm. How is that impacting you during that time? Because I think you're 7 to 13.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You better do your damn homework, Shannon Sharpe.
And the impact that it's had on you and your relationship with men.
Oh. Shannon trying to be a journalist.
No.
Shannon, I throw this look at you. God damn it, you see you trying to come up, Bubba. Just get off my brother. What impact? Wow. Remember when you said, and I don't know if you said this, so I don't want to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women.
Mm-hmm.
And
before you go any further, can I say this?
Please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
I never said.
Okay, so that's why I said.
I got black kids.
That's what I said. I said, them babies black.
Yes.
They not confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black. They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Black. Okay? So there's this thing with us that you can't tell us nothing. And oftentimes when a black woman's been traumatized, she's guarded. Now you take a black woman that's been traumatized and now she got a little bit of money. And you take black men, some of them, that is impressed with the money.
Okay.
So I can say to you what I want to. Not being totally disrespectful, but you know,
I can treat you how I want to treat you.
You know how we do this. Mm-hmm. I've always had an aggressive personality.
Yes.
I have always jumped with, if I think you're trying to violate. So to say what did that do to me?
It made her emotionally guarded.
It made me like this. And it made me say, I'll get you before you can get me. Because I know what it's like to not be in control of what you're taking from me.
Right.
I know what it's like to be in a position where there's nothing I can do, right? So when it came to men, baby, listen, I had my share, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I was no whore, but I was close. Hey, come on now, Shannon, get back to me. Now get back to me and call me later. Call me later, Shannon. Call me later, baby. Come on. Because you a football player with a lot of money. When you go into a city and you was in your prime, you had your pick. It's no different for a woman.
Okay.
When I went to a city, everybody wanted to be Professor Ogilvy. Hey, and I would pick him. Okay, you look like you could be.
But see, here's the thing. Now, all of a sudden, you being this fat black woman, it ain't a problem. Because I remember you said it was.
Well, let me say this.
First.
It wasn't never a problem with me being a fat black woman, because real black men, they like them in all shapes and sizes, all complexions. It is these new Negroes that get into, she gotta be this way, she gotta be that way. But real black men, if you can bake a pound cake naked, what y'all talking about? What you talking about? But what it did though was, and this is why I feel the way I feel about my husband.
Okay.
I remember him saying to me one night, because when we first got together, I was a handful, Shannon.
Okay.
And that's when I was really sick in the way that I thought.
Right.
And he said, check this out. You've used your brother molesting you as a crutch for your bad behavior.
Oh.
He said, and I won't allow that. He said, when you was a little girl, there was nothing you can do about it.
But
as
now,
a grown woman, every choice and decision you make, it is yours. And I will not allow you to keep on saying, because of my brother, because at what point do you take accountability for you? Baby, that grew me up, and that grew my ass up that night so fast, because I wanted to hear what my psychiatrist was saying to me.
Okay.
I understand. My husband was like, check this out. Check this out. You are in control of you. Every choice and decision you make, every one you lay down with, that was your choice. You've never come back to me and said you were raped. As a grown woman, you've never said that. So stop holding on to that crutch. Stop holding on to that victim
mentality.
because this happened to me. I'm mad for days, and I come up out of that. And when I went to the psychiatrist, right, everything my husband said to me, the psychiatrist said to me. But he said, I needed you to go to somebody that had no dog in the fight, because I didn't want you to think I was judging you.
Okay.
I didn't want you to think that because I know the history, I'm pointing my finger. So when I would go to that psychiatrist, Dr. Cassandra Wanzo, she's incredible. Y'all want to know about red bottom shoes? Let me tell you somebody that's going to get your mind right. Dr. Cassandra Wanzo. This woman was incredible. But every time I would go to session, everything she said, my husband had already told me. So me and men, I had to come to grips with that. I had to come to grips with being an insecure fat girl. And I had to come to grips with my sister telling me, ain't no man gonna ever really want you because you fat. I had to come to grips with my father was like, listen, I'm here, but I'm really not. I had to come to grips with those things. So my way of coming to grips with those things was, now I'm a boss. I'm independent and I'm empowered. Don't you know I run this? See, I too went to the Oprah Winfrey University of Empowerment. And you don't need a man to make it.
Right.
I signed up.
Right.
And I was at the top of the class till I realized I was going to bed empty. I was going to bed with nothing but stuff.
Hey, it's crazy how, like, no matter what, she's still bigging up Oprah. Like, no matter what, like, Oprah was her idol. Out of everybody, I feel like Oprah hurt her. Compared to, like, Tyler Perry, Oprah really hurt her because she looked up to this woman. And that's the crazy thing. And that's like the thing that we just gotta really just like sit back and be like, ugh. Cause it's like the fact that Oprah hurt her and then she's still trying to like big up her. Oprah, you need to do right.
I did not want to be the poor little rich girl who have everything but nothing at all. Don't that sound familiar? I did not want to be that, Shannon. So even for the men that I was with, right?
You weren't with them.
I wasn't?
No.
Okay, talk to me, Shannon. Let that liquor use you.
That was
I wasn't.
that was just a body for the lonely.
shit sound good, won't it? Liquor will make you not sound like a whore. It was just a body for the lonely. Let me tell you what my husband told me, right? Because I was in tears. I'm like, I was
The body for the lonely.
I was, because when you come to grips with it, when you realize when you realize what you've done and you got to come to grips with it, and now I'm sitting in front of the greatest person I've ever met, and I gotta say, I have been with this many.
Damn.
And my husband looked at me and said, Mama, you ain't no whore, you just have friendly pussy. Didn't he make it right? That's all I had was friendly pussy. So for you whores out there,
that ain't what it is.
friendly pussy.
Right.
That's what he told me, Shannon. He made it right.
So did you ever have a good relationship with your father?
Yes. When I was a little girl.
Little.
When I was a little girl, my father could do no wrong. When I was a little girl, baby, my father would put me in that car.
But then the real question is, what age did she feel like her father could do wrong by her?
And he would go to the cut rate store and he'd get his liquor and he'd go over Mr. Johnny's house. Now, I'm a little girl, right?
Right.
He'd go over Mr. Johnny's house and him and Mr. Johnny go in the back, and I could smell the reefer, but I didn't know it was reefer, right?
Right.
And they
Okay.
smoke and they had their little drink. They come back out. I was attached to him.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my father started having a problem when what he was saying to me wasn't making sense.
What did he say?
And now I'm about 13.
Okay.
He was a bullshitter,
Right.
but he was a good sounding bullshitter.
Right.
Like, and so as a kid, you'd be like, my father know everything. But once I started growing up, and I started seeing the treatment that he gave my mother, never physically abusive, but mentally, they abused one another. I won't just put it on, but once I started questioning him on just some of his decisions and choices,
Right.
I became the bad person. And I went to my grandmother one time, Mimi.
Yeah.
I talk about her
You
in
have
the
a very
Netflix
close
special.
relationship with your grandma.
Right.
As did I.
And my father, this was one incident that sent me to my grandmother, bent over crying. I was trying to get a Ford
Pause.
Festiva, right? It was 4 gears.
Right.
Okay. It was about $2, but I didn't have the $2.
Right.
And I needed a cosigner. Right?
Yeah.
So I asked my father, please co-sign for me to get this Ford Festiva. And I'm going to quote him. He said, Nikki, you won't fuck up my credit.
Ooh.
And I'm like, well, what have I ever done to make you think I would fuck up your credit? I pay my rent on time. I'm responsible. I go to work. No. The next week, not only did he co-sign for my sister, he just signed for my sister. Like he put the car in his name, right? I go to my grandmother and I'm like, Mimi, why would he do that? Like, what? She said, Nikki, every parent knows their weakest link. And every parent knows the one that's going to be okay. She said, you're going to be okay. At that point, I wiped my tears.
That's
And I'm
deep.
glad he didn't co-sign. I'm glad I had to bust my ass to get it. I'm glad I had to figure it out. I'm glad he didn't just come and rescue it. I had to figure it out. So that's why right now when I sit here and you go through a decade of being blackballed or whatever, you're difficult and all that, it allowed me to keep standing. It allowed me not to go sit on a couch with Oprah Winfrey and say I'm sorry for nothing I've ever done to you. That's what those lessons taught me. Stand in it and stand strong, unapologetically.
You speak a lot, during this interview, you spoke a lot about curses and the trauma. How do we break that generational trauma, that curse that is in our community?
What we've said from the beginning, and that's truth. It's just the truth. We get so comfortable based off of lies that the lies
We don't know
become
the-
the truth.
Oh, God.
I think if we just started dealing with the truth,
Address it.
address it, even when it doesn't put you in a good light. It eventually does put you in a good light because then people start talking about your honor and your character and your integrity. If I've wronged you, please tell me.
Right.
Please tell me and then show me where I've wronged you. If you can say, Monique, this is what you did right here.
And that's what I didn't
I'll
like.
give you an apology. But if our community dealt in truth, how much further would we be? That's it. That's how I think we make it better. We deal in the absolute truth.
But sometimes, it's kind of like when I tell people, I was explaining to someone, I said, just imagine you went to the doctor and Lord forbid this happened. You have cancer, but we're not going to treat it. It's going to go away. No doctor would tell you that. You have something going on, we're not going to talk about it. It'll just go away.
That's what they bank on. That's what they bank on. And too many of our black women have gone to their graves.
And we accepted that.
They've left here in despair. They've left here broken-hearted, broke down, and we got a chance to see it in live and in person with our beautiful sister Taraji Henson.
Right. What gave you the courage? Your Netflix. They offered you one thing. You found out they had gave someone
another thing
10 times. That 20 times.
Come
that.
on, 26.
26 times that. And you're like, no. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to do fair. That's what we do.
Yes.
I mean, you speak about diversity and you talk about doing the right thing. Okay, this is an opportunity for you to put that, instead of being lip service, okay, put pen to paper, let's make it right.
I didn't know any other way. I didn't know any other way. See, when I heard Wanda Sykes say, I support you, I just went somewhere else. I don't know how to do that.
Right.
Especially when it's wrong. If we keep just going somewhere else, we'll keep getting mistreated.
Right.
But when you hear Amy Schumer, and this was not something I found out, they publicly said it. It was pride.
Right.
We paid Amy Schumer $11 million. She came back and said, I'm not a legend or icon, but I should get at least $2 more million, and they gave her $13 million. Well, when Netflix says to me, you are a legend. You are an icon. When Robbie Pearl says that, well, why is my legend and icon different?
Right.
Than these people, legend and icon. That's all. And when I say we were able to come to the table and we were able to make it make sense, and we were able to do the special, and we appreciated them saying, listen, how can we work this out? Now, you know what happens with that? People were having call-ins when I said, this is not right. I was donkey of the day. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was donkey of the day. The breakfast nubs called me the donkey of the day. That's what they said. And they had a whole call-in about how I was donkey of the day. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out we settled. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. I mean, well, we don't even really, it was really quick. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up. Because if not, that little girl coming behind me for real,
Right.
that has that resume, I want to let her know you can fight, baby.
Right.
You just don't have to say okay. You can stand.
Would you be willing to do another Netflix special?
Yeah, I had a great time. Now, for me, specials are specials.
Right.
It's something special.
Right.
Okay.
So, we'll see.
Right. I wanted to ask people that I hear our community call, the community call me
Yes.
and they call you auntie.
Yes.
Do you wear that with a badge of courage like I do?
I wear it. That was such an honor. For you babies to put auntie on my name, do y'all know how that made me feel? And I'm not the auntie that's going to tell you the shit that you want to hear. I'm the auntie that's going to tell you what you need to hear.
Oh,
so
God.
for the things that I have said about our community and our babies and our sisters, I cannot back down because y'all gave me the title. I didn't ask for it. But when they gave it to me, Shannon, that was the universe saying, you now sit in that seat.
Yeah.
You are now responsible.
Yes.
That's why I must speak out and I must speak loudly and I must say it to the top of my lungs because God damn if Fannie Lou Hamer didn't do it for me.
Right.
God damn if Eartha Kitt didn't do it for me. God damn if Moms Mabel didn't do it for me. The ones that came before us, and there's a woman still alive named Sylvia Tremore Morrison. That woman got paid in a Coca-Cola. That woman got paid in a Coca-Cola at her next gig and $5. She was the first black woman to write for Saturday Night Live, but they have her listed as a production assistant. And she's still alive. That's why I speak the way I speak, because I will not let them wash her out of history as if she never existed.
Wow. Dating. What advice? If somebody, if a group of women were in here and they're like, come on. They talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say that? What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at your
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon Shannon need.
Let me be my
Let
life.
me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need.
Okay.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I know.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old.
Yeah.
You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Damn.
When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah,
Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Hold on. Let me go get...
Hey, we got down to the bottom of this. Shannon Sharpe need a girl, someone his age. Monique still got beef with Oprah. Oprah need to make right. Will Packer need to be on here. Tyler Perry, Oprah, Kevin Hart, Cedric, they need to come back. Steve Harvey, we need answers. Wanda Sykes too. Taraji need to come on here. We need to confirm or deny these allegations. You feel me? Hey, if you messing with the video, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that. Until next time. Ayoo!